A lot of these games that you guys have had, especially your wins, you guys are beating people because you seem to be wearing them down throughout the game. Do you think that there's anyone in this conference that can match your pace and keep that throughout the game?
I think when we're clicking and we're focused on the game plan, I think our pace can be as good as anybody. There's a couple other teams in the league that play a little bit different style, but their pace is good. Gardner-Webb's having a great year. Their pace can be aggressive and chaotic, but I think you are seeing when we play here, our pace is pretty good, and we've played well here. Trying to bottle that up and get that to travel has been our headache. It's been hard to understand, but yes, I like our pace when we're locked in for sure.
And it was definitely a guard night. You guys had so many guards scoring really big numbers for you guys. A lot of people getting up to their career highs. What is it about that guard group that seems to really be clicking?
Well, they're all talented. To be quite honest with you, they've got to be connected every game, and they got to be willing to help each other. We haven't done that every game. Today's a glimpse of what it could be. Could be all the time. I'll be honest, it frustrates me sometimes because they're very talented and they're very gifted players. But that's two freshmen and a sophomore having a great game, and it just shows what they're capable of doing, and we need that. So great job, all three.
And how do you think that you guys can keep up that three-point shooting going on the road and maybe gaining some momentum?
Yeah, I think you hit a very important part right there. We have not shot the ball well on the road in a while, and that's something has been bothering us. We've kind of underperformed on the road, so we've got to figure out a way to build some confidence and understand shot selection on the road, because we've played well and we've scored pretty well here. We've got to figure that out, especially before we go to Charlotte for the tournament. We've got to find a way.
Before the game, Traylor was obviously mentioned in players to look out for, but Coach Easter had also mentioned that she's been getting into a little bit of foul trouble. What did she do well about controlling that here tonight?
Did you ask her?
I didn't.
It's a good bounce back game for Ashlyn. I know the last two have not been up to her standard and what really the team needs from her, and I know she's been very upset about it. I know she feels like she let the team down. It's just kind of her competitive nature, but Ashlyn's she's dynamic, she's impactful on both ends of the floor. She's a very strong two-way player for us, and we need her to make things happen, not just score but facilitate, defend. So it's good to see her get back to just relaxing her mind and being herself, because our team needs that.
And then every time it seems like you guys get up, you continue to emphasize toughness, kind of in preparation for a few weeks in the tournament. What do you see going forward for this team and how they could compete kind of with those 1, 2, 3 seeds right now?
Yeah, that's something that we've kind of prided ourselves on since I've been here, is I always want our ladies to be the tougher team on the floor, not just physically but mentally, having resolve, having resilience, and I want them to prove to themselves that they can do it. And I think our young team is still figuring that out, because it's okay to be tough. It's okay to be really tough, and we've got to figure that out, because I think sometimes we'll get down on ourselves if shots aren't falling. But if this team ever decides to just get tough like constantly, they've got a bright future, and I think we can play with anybody. And it could make for a very interesting conference tournament. But that's something we can control. Is just our overall focus level and mindset and what's important to us. And if we have the right focus and the right heart, this team is dangerous.
And of your players that you've seen so far this year, who do you think has that grit and that heart that shows up consistently doing that?
They've all shown it in stretches. The most consistent? That's a hard question. That's a good one. I think consistently, Rachel's been there at the top. You know, she's just done a lot of what the team needs from game to game. Really, Vanessa has had stretches as well. Even the guards we talked about earlier, they can all do it. If they ever get to a point where everybody's doing it together, it's going to be pretty fun to watch. But this season's not slowing down either, and we've got to figure out these next 3 weeks.
You've had a lot of success in your freshman season, and your sister has had a lot of success at Virginia Tech as well. Mm-hmm. How is it growing up between you guys? How competitive was that?
It was very competitive. Both of my parents played collegiately, so our family is a big basketball family. As for competition, we don't really compete with each other. You know, we both just want to see each other succeed.
And how is that kind of carried into how you are as a player with your teammates?
Mm-hmm. Well, I actually have 3 other sisters, and we all play basketball. So, like I said, growing up, basketball was my whole life. So it's kind of just almost a personality trait for me at this point.
And you've had a ton of success. Actually, the most, player of the weeks of anyone in school history. So obviously teams have your number at this point. How are you still able to break through that defensive pressure?
Well, I think that having teammates that can also score and can create for themselves too helps me out a lot, because they're not just focused on me, they're focused on my teammates too. So I think that helps a lot. Create for themselves too helps me out a lot, because they're not just focused on me, they're focused on my teammates too. So I think that helps a lot. I think our energy on the road hasn't been what it has been at home, and I think that if we get a punch, we can't really throw the punch back because we don't have our crowd behind us, we don't have the kids there, so it's hard to get our energy going, but we're working on it, and we're gonna be better on the road. Our crowd behind us, we don't have the kids there, so it's hard to get our energy going, but we're working on it, and we're gonna be better on the road.
Tonight was so special? And you actually
I was just attacking the gaps. My teammates were getting it to me whenever I was open, so I was playing as hard as I could. Attacking the gaps. My teammates were getting it to me whenever I was open. So. We've grown a lot throughout the season, so I think that we have a really good chance to finish with a winning record if we win all the rest of our games. So I think we're all looking forward to that, and that's our goal. Winning record if we win all the rest of our games. So I think we're all looking forward to that. And definitely turnovers. I turned the ball over just a little too much, but we're working on it. So definitely turnovers. I turned the ball over just a little too much, but we're working on it. I think that I'm just a really aggressive player, and I'm going to give 100% of the time, so I think that my aggressiveness really, teams struggle with that. I'm going to give 100%. Thank you.